Scott, you are our first VVSL, which is a new program that the AOG is putting together. Talk a little about the VVSL, what it is, and what's going on with that.
So VVSL stands for Volunteer Veteran Services Liaison, and it's just an attempt by AOG to help grads navigate the Department of Veterans Affairs system. It could have to do with healthcare, it could have to do with disability claims, education benefits, VA loans, kind of the whole panoply of things that the Department of Veterans Affairs offers. And I think there's a lot of misunderstanding, and AOG recognizes this, that you don't have to be a retiree, you don't have to have been injured on duty to qualify for VA benefits. So
And
you're just trying to come up with a one-stop shop.
Do you cover a region? You're in West Virginia now. How does that work in terms of coverage?
I am in West Virginia. In terms of AOG, I'm our class's representative. So it doesn't matter where you are. You can hit me up on the contact info I posted, and I'll try to run down the answer. And if I get stuck, I can call Susan Irons at AOG, who is the kind of the lead. She's class of '89, and she can help.
Great. So what's the best way to get in touch with you if one of our classmates wanders across this podcast and has a question? What's the most efficient way to get a hold of you?
Yep. My top three are email, which is Scott_Womack at hotmail.com, or Facebook Messenger, or phone. And I'm also on WhatsApp. Sometimes I work overseas still, and if I'm over there, I have to use WhatsApp.
And we can always catch you on Sallyport, because that's how you and I caught up together, right? So
indeed, Sallyport as well. That's right.
Sallyport as well, which is the AOG platform where our class can basically connect up and find each other. So email, Facebook, the phone number, or Sallyport, 4 different ways we can get a hold of you. And if we don't hear back from you, you're probably on one of your adventures. And so we should try the WhatsApp. Okay, great.
Yes.
So talk about the training you just went through, just to give us a sense of the types of things that you covered.
Sure. So at this point, the VVSL program is brand new, and they're just now collecting names of people willing to serve. So our first training was basically an introduction to the Department of Veterans Affairs website, some of the ways you can get information, both by reading, but also they have a YouTube channel called SitRep, and I'll post a link to that, where VA employees explain in a fairly entertaining way, not quite as entertaining as Major Alpin in our art videos, but close, about various features of the VA world.
Okay.
So that was, and then I mentioned that this is Suicide Awareness Month. So some resources available for that. We're going to do training monthly, and so Susan is just going to build on that, and we'll start kind of digging into more detailed things. I do have to say what I'm not is what's called a Veteran Services Officer, which is someone who can file a claim on your behalf, who has an account with the VA, is formally trained to act as an interface with the Department of Veterans Affairs. I'm working on that. I'm the commander of our local American Legion post, and the American Legion occasionally will train a cohort of VSOs. So once I get that training, I'll put that out, and then I can probably be even more assistance.
Okay, great. And so VVSL helps us in the class, you as our VVSL helps us in the class navigate to a VSO probably, and then to the VA. I was one of those classmates, Scott, who spent years thinking I had no rights to any VA coverage for healthcare. And my wife actually mentioned to me that my uncle had gone in, and he had served in a similar amount of time that we did. And with the PACT Act and my service in Desert Storm, I was now eligible for VA, and I did have a doctor's appointment this month just for a checkup, things like that. So we just don't have the information, and it's outstanding that you've stepped up into this role.
Thank you. Appreciate it. It's an honor.